What is happening, guys? I'm N64 Josh, and this is episode 216 of the Nintendo Powercast, and I'm coming at you live from E3 in the media room, so you guys are going to hear some other noise and things like that, so bear with me. Obviously, this is me on the road, so you're going to have not the highest quality, but I figured we could at least talk some Nintendo content. So, obviously, E3's going on. Nintendo's Direct was today at 9 a.m., and they came out strong, in my opinion. There was very little fluff, there was very little time wasted. It was pretty much just one game after another. The only thing they took a little bit of time with was the introduction of Bowser, which I thought was great. They had the actual, like a CGI Bowser come out, thinking he was going to be taking over Nintendo, and he was wrong. I got a kick out of it. I thought it was good. There was no shortage of Smash DLC, and no shortage of games overall. Like there was so much here, and so I'm gonna kind of just go through my list here, give some quick thoughts. It's not gonna be the longest show, but I wanted to get something into the feed for you guys, and so kicking things off, Smash Bros. Ultimate with a new character from Dragon Quest. It looked like there was a lot of costumes. A lot of alternate costumes. I'm not quite sure how this character works. The moveset seemed to be fairly unique and different from a lot of the things we're used to, and the release date was summer 2019. So, again, this isn't a character that I care all that much about, but hey, it's cool seeing more. A variety of games represented in Smash, and so now Dragon Quest is being represented. The next game that came up on the list was Dragon Quest 11, and it has a release date of September 27th. If you are a fan of RPGs, I think this Direct was definitely for you. There was very, very RPG heavy. Next up was Luigi's Mansion 3, and this isn't a series that I have played a whole lot, but I've really enjoyed Dark Moon, I believe, the second one. The first one I actually never played on GameCube. I was like, what is this Luigi's game? This is supposed to be Mario, you know? And so maybe at one point I'll be able to play it on my 3DS. I'm not sure. But Mario and the gang need Luigi to rescue them. They look like they went into like a haunted hotel. You have the new Poltergeist, GOO, right? G00, Goo. Probably one of the best parts of the Direct was watching Luigi slam ghosts into other ghosts. Like, he wasn't messing around. He meant business, right? You also had the plunger attachment, which is new to this series, and so that's going to open up some more gameplay mechanics, things like that, which I think will be really good. There was also like a burst to push ghosts away from you. You could just have a bunch of air push out of the back of the Poltergeist. And next up they showed Luigi, which he can slip through fences, he can walk on spikes, he must avoid water, and it gives that couch co-op aspect to Luigi's Mansion. You also had 8-player online co-op, which I thought was crazy, and it's going to be coming out in 2019. Now, why only 2019? Why not an exact date? I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if the game's not quite there, and so they're saying 2019 with the possibility of it pushing to next year if they need it to, and that may be what we're seeing here. The game looked fairly polished from the demo, and it is playable here at E3, and if I do get hands-on time with it, I will let you know. Next up was The Dark Crystal. This is from Netflix, and it looked to play similar to a Fire Emblem game. Following that was Link's Awakening, right? And I said this in my video earlier, but it's really just kind of a modern twist on a classic Zelda title. And one of the things that I think surprised and excited quite a few people was the inclusion of a build-your-own dungeons. And I gotta say, like, that could be hours and hours and hours of entertainment. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing what the community comes up with, and it could be a really cool feature if it's implemented correctly. We do have a release date on that, and that is September 20th. Next up was another RPG, Trials of Mana. It's early 2020, and the original 3 games are out today. You can get them on the Switch. I believe they're $39.99, and so you can really lose some time in Trials of Mana. Next up was Witcher 3. Now we had heard this was rumored, and I really didn't think a game this, the size of Witcher 3 would make its way to the Switch, but here we are, and it's releasing this year in 2019. This is a game I've picked up on my Xbox, but I've never even installed it or tried it, but it's always one that I've really wanted to try, so I'm excited to finally get to test it out, and not finish it like I do every other game. Fire Emblem Three Houses, we're going to have more gameplay during Treehouse. They kind of showed more story stuff, more cutscenes, and I thought it looked good. Resident Evil was up next, and they showed 5 and 6, and not everybody's favorite Resident Evil, but it's good to see that Capcom is getting their games on the Switch. Hopefully that continues to happen. And then next up was No More Heroes 3, which I know there's kind of a cult following for this series, so I'm glad to see it's going to be making its way to the Switch. And next up was Contra Rogue Core, and it was kind of an interesting, like, top-down shooter-esque 4-player online co-op. It didn't do a whole lot for me, and I don't think it showed very well. But Contra that does interest me is the Contra Collection, which is out today on the eShop. Daemon X Machina, we got a release date of September 13th, and to me it was looking more polished than the beta, which I know that was kind of what a lot of people were wanting to see. Like, give this game plenty of time in the oven. So hopefully that's what's happening here. Panzer Dragoon is coming out this winter. Everybody in Twitch chat was saying Scalebound, 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 and it was not Scalebound. It was Panzer Dragoon. So a few people disappointed, I believe. Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Plus supported. You can take your Pokemon out. There's also going to be more gameplay by Nintendo Treehouse Live. Astral Chain looking really good. I'm very curious about this one. It looks to have a very, very intriguing story, and the gameplay has also really piqued my interest. So hopefully this one can deliver, because I know there's a lot of people that are looking forward to it. Empire of Sin coming 2020. This was like a top-down shooter taking place with like your classic mob scenario, like just guessing probably like 40s, 50s, that kind of stuff. Of course, we got to see more of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and this game really does seem to improve on all of the previous games. It seems to it looks better. It looks like it plays better, and I am excited to jump in and just to find out how do we unlock everybody, that kind of stuff. What do we got to do? So looking forward to that one, and it's really not that it's not that far out. So Cadence of Hyrule, Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Now I've spent a little bit of time on the show floor watching this one, and I'm pretty intrigued. It looked like Mario and Sonic were doing some like mixed martial arts, things like that, and so I am pretty intrigued by this one, and I'm hoping it'll be good. Animal Crossing: New Horizons. It's got a deserted island theme, and it's got delayed until March 2020. So. Not quite sure if the end of the trailer was teasing anything. It looked like it showed a number of different like Animal Crossing players. I don't know if that was, maybe teasing multiplayer, things like that. But we will be seeing more of it on the Nintendo Treehouse Live. then they went into a highlight section where they just showed a ton of games. Some we knew, some we didn't. Spyro, Hollow Knight, Ni no Kuni, Minecraft Dungeons, Blades, My Friend Pedro, Doom, Eternal, The Sinking City, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Alien Isolations, Final Fantasy, Bonus XP, Just Dance, Catan, Super Lucky's Tale, Dauntless, and Mario Maker 2, and I even missed a couple games there. There's a lot. They showcased a lot. So they then got to the point that I think everybody figured this was wrapping it up, and they trolled us with Duck Hunt and showed us Banjo and Smash, and it said they were raring to go in fall 2019. So that's when we'll be able to play with Banjo. And then there was always the classic one more thing. And what they showcased was a new Breath of the Wild 2 in development. To me, the teaser looks like it was in a dungeon. We know that there were designers. They were looking specifically for dungeon designers. So I'm under the assumption that this is going to be Breath of the Wild meets, hopefully a little more classic Zelda. I think there could be a really, really great game there. So that's going to do it for this episode. Like I said, I'm coming at you live, so I'm just going to upload this straight. There will be music, things like that. Thank you guys for listening. I really do appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.